Paste. Hello. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Microsoft Club of the University of Carolina, I welcome all of you to the seventh session of the Dev Express webinar series. Today's session will definitely help you to explore about Microsoft Azure and have an introduction to cloud computing with Microsoft Azure. And this session will be conducted by a tech enthusiast, Mr. Kasinta Kalhara. To give an introduction about the speaker, he is a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador and a trainee software engineer at Coden International Private Limited, and also an undergraduate at the University of Carolina. Thank you for hosting this event, Mr. Kasintan. And guys, if you have any question, please use the chat window on the right side. Hope you will fully utilize this session as a tech enthusiast, and I will be handing this session to our presenter. Over to you, Kasinta.
Thank you, Bamudita. So first of all, I would like to thank all of you for joining the session. In this session, I'm going to give a brief introduction to Azure fundamentals. And with this session, you can get to know what Azure is and what are Azure services and how cloud computing works. So after the session, you can self-study more and how more about cloud computing and Azure to be a master of it. And I hope you will get an inspiration to learn about Azure because of this session. So first, let's move on to the introduction. Probably most of you have already heard about Azure. Azure is a cloud computing platform with a large and continuously expanding set of services to help you build solutions to meet your business goals. And Azure services range from simple web services for hosting your business website in the cloud to running fully virtualized computers for you to run your custom software solutions. And Azure provides a lot of cloud-based services like, for an example, remote storage, database hosting, and centralized account management. And Azure also offers new capabilities like AI, artificial intelligence, and the IoT, Internet of Things. So I'll talk about this more in my next slides. If I say some key information about Azure, so it was launched on February 1st, 2010, and it's a lot later than its main competitor, AWS. Most of you have heard of it, Azure Web Services, Amazon Web Services. And Azure is a free to start and follows a pay-per-use model, which means you pay only for the services you are optioned for. And increasingly, like 80% of the Fortune 500 companies use Azure services for their cloud computing needs. And Azure also supports multiple programming language, including Java, Node.js, and C#. And also another benefit of Azure is the number of data centers it has around the world. So there are more than 200 data centers, and Azure data centers are spread around the globe, nearly about 34 countries, which is the highest number of data centers for any cloud platform. And also, Azure is planning to get some more data centers, which means this will increase the number of data centers a lot in the near future. So in this session, you will take an entry-level end-to-end look at Azure and its capabilities. I'll trust you will gain a solid foundation to start learning new parts for Azure fundamentals. whether you are interested in Azure compute, network, storage, database services, cloud security, or whatever it is. So I think learning Azure fundamental will be an initial guide to you. Um, so if you move on to the next slide. So why should you learn about Azure fundamentals? So whether you are just beginning to work with cloud or you already have cloud experience, or if you are new to Azure, Azure fundamentals provide you with everything you need to get started. So no matter your goals, Azure fundamentals has something for you, and you can take Azure fundamentals if you have a general interest in Azure and cloud computing, and if you want to earn official certification from Microsoft. So Azure certification courses can teach you various aspects of Microsoft Azure. Uh, so there are several options depending on your goals, your level, your experience, or what you want to learn specifically. There are a lot of certifications you can follow. Um, in order to offer maximum flexibility, so these courses are offered online, so which you can easily follow them with all of your busy schedules. One of the most popular Microsoft Azure certification courses AZ900, Microsoft Azure Fundamentals. So Azure Fundamentals can help you to prepare for exams like this. There are a lot more certifications like AZ900, so you can follow. After completing this session, you will be able to describe the basic concepts of cloud computing and determine whether Azure is the right solution for your business needs, and differentiate between the different methods of creating Azure subscriptions. So, so why do you need to do this Azure certification courses? So what's the benefit of it? So with a Microsoft Azure certification, candidates will often stand out amongst the competition when it comes to getting a job in the cloud computing industry. So I know this because recently I was facing interviews to find myself internship position, and this Microsoft certification helped me a lot to stand out in the crowd. So over these years, these open opportunities for certified professionals have increased a lot due to the growing demand in the cloud computing field. So according to Microsoft, more than 1,000 new signups for Azure occur each day. That means nearly 365,000 new signups each year. So apart from that, as I mentioned earlier, most of the Fortune 500 companies use Microsoft Azure as their solution. So even in Sri Lanka, most of the large-scale companies use Azure and Microsoft technologies for their business. As an example, we can take MAS, which is one of the largest companies in Sri Lanka. So with these stats, you can easily understand what due the popularity of Microsoft Azure. So you need for this for your person. So most of the companies need these skilled persons in the Azure. So these positions will continue to grow in the future. So achieving this certification is the first key step to achieving your career goals. Also, by getting your certifications in the field, it's like you will see an increase in your earnings, as most of the clients and employers appreciate when like someone has received advanced training. So after all, that means they are experts in their field. So um, also with the Microsoft Azure certification, you can qualify for several different roles in technology field. So such as solution architect, developer, cloud architect, for the positions like that. So this type of certifications not only offers uh, the flexibility to work the role what you are doing in the company, and but also to industry that you work in as well. So uh, so just about every industry use the power of cloud computing nowadays. So with the Microsoft Azure certification, you may find yourself working in exciting companies around the world. So, like mainly in the sectors like healthcare, finance, entertainment, and also IT as well. So, so it's not easy to earning like these kind of professional certifications. So, so unlike like self-learning from various online sources like YouTube, these take more time to yeah to enroll in these courses, study for the exams, and finally become certified. So this takes like a different level of commitment. So so it also shows that you are willing to put time and effort into furthering your education in an industry that you are passionate about. Um, so if we move on to the next slide. So what is cloud computing is? Uh, have you ever wondered what cloud computing is? So most of you guys have heard about this term, cloud computing. So I'm going to keep this simple. So like in simple terms, it's the delivery of the delivery of computing services over the internet. So delivery of computing services over the internet, which this internet otherwise we can call as the cloud. So these services include like servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence. So cloud computing offers like faster innovation and flexible resources management, and for all of the any sector organizations. So why is cloud computing typically cheaper to use? So as mentioned earlier, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. So this use a pay-as-you-go pricing model. So you can pay only for the cloud services you are using. So this helps you to lower your operating costs and run your infrastructure more efficiently, and scale as your business needs any changes. So to put it another way, cloud computing is a way to like rent computer power and storage from someone else's data center. So you can treat cloud resources like you would a resource in your own data center. When you are done using them, you just give them back to your vendor. The vendor means your cloud service provider. So you are built only for what you use. So instead of maintaining CPUs and storage in your data center, you just rent them for the time that you need them. So the cloud provider takes care of all those maintaining and underlying infrastructure for you. You just have to use them. So it's pretty easy as an organization. So the cloud also enables you to quickly solve your uh, tough business challenges and bring cutting edge solutions to users. Also, cloud computing eliminates the capital expenses of buying hardware and software. So, and setting up running on-site data center, uh, setting up the racks for servers, the electricity for power and the cooling. So, and also the IT experts for managing these infrastructures. So, when considering the productivity, uh, on-site data centers typically require a lot of racking and maintenance. So, setting up hardware, software patching, and also other time-consuming IT management duties. Um, so cloud computing remove this need of many of these tasks. So the organization's IT teams can spend more time on achieving like more important business goals in the organization. So so why should you move to the cloud? So after all, why should you move to the cloud? So the like I mentioned earlier, the cloud helps you move faster and innovate in like where no other can really impossible. So most cloud computing services provide self-service. Uh, so even a lot of amount of computing resources can be allocated in just minutes. So typically with just few mouse clicks, you can allocate the whatever the resources that you want. So this give a business a lot of flexibility and taking the pressure of capacity planning. And also these days, teams are required, software teams are required to deliver new features to their users at lot of record speeds for less time using. And also users expect an increasingly rich and massive experience with their devices and with their software. So, so software releases were uh, once scheduled in terms of months or even years in the past, but today the teams release features in smaller batches that are often scheduled in like days or weeks. So some teams even deliver software update continuously, sometimes with multiple releases within the same day. Think all of the ways that you interact with devices and that you couldn't do a few years ago. So many of the devices can recognize your face, respond to your voice commands. So so a lot of these, even the PCs, smartphones have this kind of technologies. So this AR, again, augmented reality, changed the way you interact with the physical world. So even the household appliances uh, act, uh, are starting to act intelligently. There are even products like smart refrigerators. So these technologies are only a few examples, and many of them are powered by the cloud computing. And also, to power your services and deliver innovative user experiences more quickly. The cloud provides on-demand access to, as I mentioned, unlimited pool of raw compute, storage, and network components, like speech recognition and other cognitive services that help you to make your applications stand out from the crowd. So, and also analytic services that deliver data from your software and services and what their usages are. And also, so the biggest cloud computing services run on a worldwide network of secure data centers, which are regularly upgraded to the latest generation of the fast and efficient computing hardware. So these offers several benefits over a single corporate data center. So like including reduced network latency for applications, and also cloud computing makes data backup, disaster recovery, and business continuity easier and, uh, and less expensive because data can be mirrored at multiple redundant sites on the cloud providers network. So, so many cloud providers offer a broad set of policies, technologies, and controls that strengthen your security posture overall. So that means cloud computing helps you to protect your data, apps, and infrastructure, like potential threats. They are in the world. So, so types of cloud computing. So, so not all the clouds are same, and the not one type of cloud computer is right for everyone. So, several different models, types, and services have involved with help to each other and to help to pick your right solution for your needs. Uh, First, you need to determine the type of cloud deployment uh, or cloud computing architecture that your cloud service will be implemented. So there are mainly three different ways to deploy cloud services. That is on public cloud, private. The public cloud. So public clouds are owned and operated by third-party cloud service providers, which deliver their computing resources like servers and storage over the internet. So Microsoft Azure is an example of a public cloud. With the public cloud, like all hardware, software, and other supporting infrastructure is owned and managed by the cloud service provider. So you access these services as a manager account using just simply a web browser. So next, the private cloud. So a private cloud refers to a cloud computing resource that used exclusively by a single business or an organization. So a private cloud can be physically located on the company's on-site data center. So also some companies pay third-party service providers to their private to host their private cloud. And a private cloud is one which are services and infrastructures are maintained on a private network. So next is the hybrid cloud. Um, Hybrid cloud combine the uh, public and the private cloud. So these two bound together by technology, so that allow data and application to be shared between them. So by allowing data and applications to move between private and public clouds, uh, hybrid cloud can give you a business greater flexibility and also more deployment options. And also you can use it to optimize your existing infrastructure if you have any. So also the security. You can also optimize the security by using this kind of hybrid clouds. The next one is the type of cloud services. So the previous one was types of cloud computing, and this one is types of cloud services. Um, Most cloud computing services fall into three broad categories. They are infrastructure as a service, which is IaaS, and platform as a service, PaaS, and software as a service. So these these are sometimes called the cloud computing stack because they build on top of one another. So knowing what they are and how they are different, so make it easier to understand more about cloud computing, and it will be easy to accomplish your business goals on cloud computing. So if you take the first one, infrastructure as a service, uh, so this is the most basic category of cloud computing services. Um, with infrastructure as a service, you rent IT infrastructure, servers, virtual machines, storage, network, the operating system from a cloud provider on a pay-as-you-go basis. And in the platform as service, so platform as a service refers to cloud computing services that supply and on-demand environment for developing and testing, delivering and managing software applications. So platform as a service is designed to make it easier for developers to quickly create web or mobile apps without not worrying much about setting up the and managing the infrastructure of servers, storage, and network and databases needed for the development. So this makes more easy for the software developers to develop their applications. And the third and the last one is the software as a service. So software as a service is the method for delivering software applications over the internet. So these are typically based on a subscription basis, and with software as a service, cloud providers host and manage the software applications and also the underlying infrastructure, and also they handle any maintenance needed, and also the software upgrades and the security patching also are done by the cloud service providers. Users just have to connect to the application over the internet, uh, with your web browser or their phone uh, or the tablet or PC and use it. So they don't have to worry any of that, any of the underlying things. They just have to use it for their purposes. So I think most of you have used this kind of cloud computing services. For example, we can take Office 365. I'm sure most of you have heard of it or use of it. And the next. So as I mentioned about the cloud services, so with this picture, you can easily recognize what are the differences between these cloud services. The first one is on-premise. So in this type of cloud services, all the things managed by you, whether it is networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, and data and application, all are managed by yourself. So the infrastructure as a service, virtualization, servers, storage, and networking is managed by your vendor. The vendor means the cloud service provider like Azure. So and the rest of the thing is managed by yourself. And next of it's platform as a service. So in this case, you have to manage only the application and the data, and the rest of the things is managed by the cloud service provider. And when you come to the last one, software as a service, everything is managed by the uh, cloud service provider. So you don't need to worry any of that. You just need to use it for your purpose. So with that, next we come to the topic, the uses of cloud computing. So for what you can use actually cloud computing for. So you are probably using cloud computing right now as even we speak. So if you don't even realize it, so if you use an like online service to send an email, edit documents, watch movies or TV, listen music, play games, or even store pictures uh, in the cloud. So it's like that cloud computing is making all the possible things behind the scenes that you can see. So, so the first cloud computing services uh, started about nearly a decade ago, but it already has a variety of organizations from it is used by a variety of organizations from like small startups to global corporations, governments, and even non-profit organizations. So in this slide, I have a few examples what's possible today with the cloud services from your cloud provider. The first one is create cloud native applications. So that means you can quickly build, deploy, and scale applications, uh, which they are web, mobile, or even APIs. So you can also take advantage of cloud native technologies and these approaches, such as containers, Kubernetes, microservices architecture, and API-driven communication and DevOps. So like almost all of the software companies, even in Sri Lanka, use these kind of services. And the second one is test and build applications. So this cloud computing reduce the application development cost and the time by using cloud infrastructures, so that you can easily scale up or down as you need. in just 2-3 clicks from your using your web browser. So the third one is which is very important: store and backup and recover data. So cloud computing allows you to protect your data more cost efficiently and at a large scale by transferring your data over the internet to an cloud storage system that is accessible from any location and from any device. Uh, and also the third one is analyze data. So you can use cloud computing for unite your data and share your data across teams, divisions, and locations. And and then we can use cloud services such as machine learning and artificial intelligence to uncover insights and can generate more information. And hopefully, this information can help you to make decisions, very important decisions in the organization. And the next one is stream audio and video. That means using cloud computing, you can connect with your audience anywhere, anytime. So using any device. So and even with high definition video quality and audio. So also the next one is embed intelligence. That means uh, the use of intelligent models to help engage customers and provide valuable insight from the data that you have captured. And the last one is deliver softwares on demand. So that means this is also known as the software as a service that we talked about it earlier. So on-demand softwares lets you offer the latest software versions and updates to the customers anytime they need. So after talking a lot about cloud computing, so finally, what Azure is actually? So Microsoft Azure is currently one of the largest cloud service providers in the world. As a cloud computing platform, it has functions as an online portal that can be used and managed to access various kind of services and resources that Microsoft offers. Also, Azure is continuously expanding its cloud services to help your organization to meet your current or future business goals and challenges. And also Azure gives you the freedom to build and manage and deploy application on a massive global network using your favorite tools or frameworks. So these in the services that Azure provides, there are a range of cloud services. So they are including compute, analytics, storage, networking. So users can pick and choose from these services to deploy and scale their new applications or run their existing applications on the cloud. So in the past, traditionally the only option available to companies was to build and manage the physical hardware needed for computing, including servers. But today companies can use these public cloud computing platforms like Azure, which you can purchase and maintain all the computing hardware. Also, you can pick and choose among Azure services to get the support needed for your business operations because you are renting the computer resources, so you don't have the cost and inefficiencies like dedicated IT departments like that had in the earlier. So, and also Azure offers 4 different forms of cloud computing, as we discussed earlier: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, and also serverless computing. So Microsoft charges for Azure as a pay-as-you-go basis, which means the subscribers receive a bill each month that only charge them for specific resources that they have used. And also there's a thing called Azure regions. So Azure regions are placed all over the world to cover a large percentage of the potential cloud customers as possible. So these regions include Central US, Norway West, Brazil South, and West India, and there are more. There are more in every area in the world. So these regions consist of one or more data centers and availability zones. So, so they are made up of multiple data centers equipped with independent power and cooling networks. So this means the service in an availability zone will keep running if one of the part of the zone becomes unavailable. So, so these usually contain more than in the Azure regions usually contain more than single data centers. So, so customers with a specific data residency can keep the data and application close within their regions. Also, Azure has government regions. They are only accessible to US government bodies and their contracts. So these regions are more strict when it comes to their guidelines, and even the locations are not disclosed. So if we talk about the security on Azure, so security is a priority for all major public cloud services, including Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft is particularly has been focused a lot with this security issue by expanding their Azure security centers. And this Azure Security Center is a management tool that allow you to monitor your Azure resources for any security vulnerabilities or threats. And using advanced analytics helps detect potential malicious activities uh, across your hybrid clouds, and then even to recommend potential steps that you can take to protect from those. So you can evaluate these steps and take necessary actions as you need. Azure also provides data encryption, which is cryptographic encoding of data. This encrypt and decrypt. This can encrypt and decrypt large amounts of data quickly. So if we move to the next slide, what does Azure offer? So with the help of Azure, you have everything you need to build your next great solution within your business. So the following that I have mentioned in the slide are several benefits that Azure provides. So you can easily invent with a purpose. So the first one is be ready for the future. So that means this continuously innovating from Microsoft that supports your developments, and even the present and the future. The second one is build on your terms. That means you have your choices. So with the commitment to open source, so support for all the languages and frameworks, you can build what you want in how you want and deploy where you want. So the third one is operate hybrid seamlessly. So in on-premises and in the cloud, so you will meet where you are. So that means integrate and manage your environment with tools and services designed for a hybrid cloud solution. The last one is trust your cloud. So that means you can get security from the Microsoft Azure. So this is backed by a team of experts and proactive and compliance trusted by enterprises, governments, and even startups. So what you can do with Azure? So Azure provides more than 100 services that enable you to do everything from running your existing applications uh, on virtual machines, so exploring new software such as intelligent bots and mixed reality. And many teams start exploring cloud by moving their existing applications to virtual machines that run in Azure. So, so migrating your existing apps to virtual machine is a good start, but the cloud is much more different place to run your virtual machines. So, for example, Azure provides AI and machine learning services that can naturally communicate with your users through vision and hearing and speech. So how does Azure work? Actually, once the customers subscribe to Azure, they have access to all the services included in the Azure portal. Subscribers can use these services as they want. In addition to these services, Microsoft offers Azure portal, so and also third-party vendors, third-party softwares through Azure, and also Microsoft provides 5 different customer support options for Azure. They are basic, developer, standard, professional, professional direct, and premium. So these customer support plans differ with their scope and the price. Basic support is available to all Azure accounts, but Microsoft charges a fee for the other support offerings. For an example, developer support costs like around $29 per month, and while standard support costs around $100 per month. So what is Azure Portal? So Azure Portal is a web-based console that provides an alternative to a command line tool. With Azure Portal, you can manage your Azure subscription by using a graphical user interface rather than using a console. So you can build, manage, and monitor everything in your cloud deployments, and also you can create custom dashboards for an organized view of resources, and also you can configure accessibility options for an optimal experience using this Azure portal. So Azure portal is designed for continuous availability and it maintains the presence in the every Azure data center. So, so in this picture, you can see what the Azure portal looks like. So you can manage your Azure services by using the Azure portal. and you can access the Azure portal with this below link, portal.azure.com. The next one is Azure Marketplace. So Marketplace helps you to connect with users with Microsoft partners and independent software vendors and third-party software providers. So you can find, try and purchase applications and services from hundreds of service providers in the world. So this is a picture of what the Azure Marketplace looks like. So all these solutions and services are certified to run on Azure. So you can see a lot of famous companies give their services through Azure. So the next one is Azure services. So Azure can help you to tackle tough business challenges. So because Microsoft Azure consists of numerous services, use cases are extremely diverse. So running virtual machines or containers in the cloud is one of the most popular use case in the Microsoft Azure. So these compute resources like virtual machines and also domain name systems, DNS, offers through Microsoft Azure to use for your convenience. So Microsoft also supports the use of third-party operating systems like Linux, and also Azure is commonly used as a platform for hosting databases in the cloud. So Microsoft offers serverless relational databases such as Azure SQL and non-relational databases such as Cosmos DB. So other than that, many organizations use Azure storage as an archive in order to meet their long-term data retention requirements. So here is a big picture view of the available services and features in Azure as a summary. So there are the compute, storage, networking, data, and analytics and IoT that I have mentioned a lot of these services earlier. So let's take a closer look at the most commonly used categories. For example, we can first take the compute. Compute services are often most of the primary reason why companies move to Azure platform, because Azure provides a lot of range options to hosting applications and services. So here are some of the examples like Azure virtual machines and Kubernetes services, Azure Fabric, and Azure Batch, and there are a lot of services like this for the compute. For next, let's talk about the networking. So linking these compute resources and providing access to applications is a key functions of Azure networking. So networking functionalities in Azure includes a range of options to connect to the outside world to services and features and in the global Azure data centers. So here are some examples of networking services in Azure. So they include Azure Virtual Networks, Azure Load Balancer, Azure Application Gateway, and Azure VPN Gateway, and Azure DNS. and Azure DDoS protection, and Azure Firewall. So the third and one of the most popular service is the storage service. So Azure provides four main types of storage services. So these services are durable, secure, and scalable, and you can also easily manage these storages, and they are accessible from anywhere using like HTTP or HTTPS. For an example of Azure storages, you can take Azure Blob Storage and Azure File Storage and Azure Queue Storage and Azure Table Storage. And next one is databases. So Azure provide multiple database services to store a wide variety of data. So some of them are Azure Cosmos DB, which is supports no SQL option, and Azure databases for MySQL, and Azure database for PostgreSQL, and Azure database for MariaDB, and the last one is Azure Synapse Analytics. So Synapse Analytics is a fully managed data warehouse in Azure. And last one is web searches. So having a great web experience is critical in today business world. So Azure provide first-class support to build and host web apps and web services. And the following are some Azure services that I have included in this slide, like Azure App Services, Azure Notification Hubs, and Azure API Management that you can publish APIs to developers, partners, and also employees at security and at scale. So how to get started with Azure accounts? So to create and use Azure services, you need to have Azure subscription. So when you are working with your own applications and business need, you need to create an Azure account first, and then a subscription will be created for you. After you have created an Azure account, you are free to create additional subscription as you need. For an example, your company might use a single Azure account for your business, but a separate subscription for each of your department, like marketing and sales departments. Likewise, so after you have created a subscription, you can start creating Azure resources within each subscription that you have. So like in this picture, the one Azure account can have multiple subscription, and one subscription also can have multiple resource group and as you want. And these resource groups can have any resources that you want, like databases, web services, likewise. So how to create a Azure free account? So if you're new to Azure, you can sign up for a free account on the Azure website to start exploring Azure with no cost. When you are ready, you can choose to upgrade your free account for any subscription. So you can create a new subscription that enables you to start paying for Azure services, and you need to use that tab beyond the limits of a free account. So Azure free account includes free access to popular Azure products for 12 months and a credit to spend for the first 30 days. And it has access to more than 25 products that are always free. And the Azure free accounts is, an excellent way to new users to get started and explore. To sign up, you need to provide your phone number, credit card, and a Microsoft or GitHub account. So this credit card information is only used for identity verification only. You won't be charged for any of the services until you upgrade to a paid subscription. So how to create Azure free student account? So if you have a valid student email, like our university email, uh, you can create a Azure free student account that includes free access to certain Azure services for 12 months, and it has a credit using first 12 months, and it has free access to certain softwares and software developer tools. And the Azure free student account is also offer students $100 credit and also free developer tools as mentioned. So also you can sign up without a credit card with using student account, unlike the free account that I mentioned earlier. So so with that, we have come to end of our session. So I hope you have some idea about Azure and how it works. So if you have any questions, please send them through the chat so we can clarify them.
Yeah, now we have come to the end of the session. And thank you so much, Kasinta. And once again, thank you so much for hosting this event and for sharing your knowledge with us today. And I'm sure that we have some undergraduates who started to study about Azure from this session. And this definitely will be another milestone in their learning journey. So guys, if you have any questions, you can email us or reach us using Facebook and we'll be in touch with you. This webinar is the seventh session of the continuously happening webinar series called Dev Express, organized by the Microsoft Club of the University of California. You can check out our previous session on our YouTube channel called MS Club University of California. And once again, thank you so much, Mr. Kasinda, for spending your valuable time for us. And thank you everyone for your participation. Hope to see you in the next Dev Express session, which will be held tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. on the topic Introduction to Microsoft Power Apps. And thank you, guys. Stay safe. Have a nice